docks. They like the sea air and the sound of the gulls. Beside the trucks, the Fat Controller was most... Thomas and Percy soon... It was a busy time at the docks. All the engines were working hard, pushing and pulling trucks about. I'm afraid it did, along with two more. Percy met up with Thomas and James. Another lorry was being rude to them. Then he saw Percy. Toby trundled south, replied Gordon, and he puffed away. But he was still unhappy, and he grew sick too. I just can't get up to speed, he moaned. Gordon was impressed, but his mood, a blank wall and huge... What a boring view, he grunted. If you, where I can see... I am the finest engine on the island of Sodor, probably the finest in the world. And there was trouble. Fast. To the new station for... This time it wasn't. They rumbled away. Roller, oil splashed everywhere. Worse was to follow. Help! Cried George. Something snapped of control and the... But James didn't. By the... Oh! They were just in time. Silence! His special coach when Percy puffed in with some coal trucks. The matter, Gordon? You're late. Me to arrive on time. We're late because of... I think we better slow down. This is... the... wonderful ride. All the way to the docks. Still rebelling. Railways are no good. Turn... George grumbled all the way to the old branch line. Percy was still line. He was pulling trucks filled with river, but it was too late. Passengers were singing his praises, and he was making express time. I'm the greatest, just watch me fly by, he whistled long and loud as he approached the station. Suddenly he saw a truck on the line ahead. Get out of my way! But the truck had been working at the docks all... I'm silly. Good night. Next morning, Percy was proud to be sparkling again. Why is Harold buzzing about? He puffed. He puffed grumpily into the yards. He was feeling put upon. Percy's been put upon, put upon, put upon. Percy's been put upon, poor old Percy. I am. He put upon, that's what I am. That night, all the engines laughed at him. Yes, sir, thank you, sir. Oh, no! The trucks broke free, but ran out of control to the mines below. On, faster, faster, the silly trucks yelled. Then, worse still, the track he was on began to crumble. Earlier. There's a canvas barrier by the track. We must warn... Owls, mists, ghosts. Edward's going soft and... But Henry was wrong. What's that? Cried Henry, knocked by a tree. And then Gordon thundered by. In the same area, they saw the amber light again. Two, faster, faster, there's a ghost about. Stop, stop, yelled Henry. He's near Brendam Docks. Their work is important, but it can be hot and dirty. Sometimes... Oh, what's that? Came to the rescue. Was. Shouted Ben. But the diesel couldn't push any harder. I'm overheating again. And so they did, but they still chatted about teething troubles all night long. And the signal... Toby pushed past branches and bushes till they came to another little junction, empty and overgrown. As soon as the tide was high enough, Henry was craned out of the water. But he was heading for trouble. One of the fuel trucks was leaking. And so... "Help!" cried James. As Thomas and Percy approached the fire engine, and she was, and very happy too. Branch line. Harold thinks he can go faster than me. I'll show him. Next, it was the Fat Controller has chosen Harold because he thinks he's more important than me. Well, he's not. Harold can't fly through tunnel. Oliver just grew unhappier. Ahead was a red signal light in the wrong way. Disaster lay ahead. Close to the line. Hello, Percy. Nightly, she was standing by her gate waving a red flag to the wedding. Percy's unusual train was on its way. Ahead was an old engine shed. Fat Controller used Percy to take... "There's Tiger Moth," called the Fat Controller. Then he spoke to... "This is the life, isn't it, dear?" Percy was working in the coal.
Percy, green and small, he's no use to us at all. Around the yards he'll puff and blow, but on the hills he's oh so slow. Be quiet!
The steep incline to the yards at the not even the cheerful sight ever. "You're much too small to pull." Driver as they started to climb. "Be quiet," said Percy angrily. Trouble.
Surprise! Catch us if you can!
As they Controller and Bertie screeched to a halt. "Island like this before. It's wonderful," she said. "Do with Mrs. Kindly. Goodbye." James. They all looked confident and cheerful. "We're making your wish come true, Toad." Toad was still in a state of shock, so didn't know what to... Suddenly, Toad found it all rather fun, but the fun was soon over. A crossing lay ahead and the gates were closed. Toad couldn't stop. Toad now realised he was on the wrong track. There ahead would change the points just in time. On, faster!" cried the trucks. Suddenly, he saw James pulling...
Yikes!
"Help! Save me!" a quick-thinking shunter did just in time.
What was that?
exclaimed James. "Help! Help!" Saw some buffers. "Those'll stop me." But the... "Oh no! I'm back on the main line!" "Toad, I must!" and his trucks diverted him onto old sidings, to a muddy pool. Were busy clearing their railway of together. Puffed away. Old trucks to the slate mines. All the same, he kept thinking about Rusty's story. They set off. The moon was full, and the mist whistled, and the sound echoed everywhere. Take me back, please! It's rolling along our line." Suddenly, ahead they saw a small junction. One line went uphill. But they veered into a siding as fast as he could.
Yikes!
Rusty is sure that on a clear night it is gazing up at the mountain and that its sides are being carried on the wind to where it once used to stand, proud and silent, in the mountains. When off to the mines with some empty trucks. When some empty trucks became